President Cyril Ramaphosa plans to invite political opponents from the DA, EFF, IFP, and smaller parties to join a Government of National Unity or GNU to co-govern South Africa after the ANC failed to secure the majority vote needed to form a government.
The National Executive Committee has agreed to seek agreement amongst parties on the formation of the Government of National Unity.
A GNU is not a typical coalition as we know it. It is an inclusive coalition where nearly all, if not all, political parties represented in the National Assembly govern together. The larger parties may set a threshold to determine which parties can join the GNU, such as including only those with 10 or more seats in the National Assembly. In a GNU, responsibilities are shared, ensuring that a wide range of perspectives are considered. This differs from the standard coalition, where a few parties come together to form a government majority and govern while the excluded parties serve in opposition. It also contrasts with the proposal from analysts, which suggested the DA should control the legislature while the ANC retains executive power. In a GNU, members from different parties are assigned to strategic roles to ensure accurate representation, creating a power-sharing arrangement. A GNU is also consensus-oriented, requiring parties to agree on what is best for society through mediation and negotiations. The GNU announced by Ramaphosa will prioritize building an inclusive economy, creating jobs, eliminating crime and corruption, and enhancing service delivery. Participating parties must sign an agreement to adhere to the principles of constitutionalism, the rule of law, and non-racialism. Ramaphosa stated that the ANC would reach out to additional parties to broaden the GNU, emphasizing the need for unity after no party achieved a majority in the election.
They will also reach out to a broader range of parties to enrich the process and promote inclusiveness.
The last GNU in South Africa was established by former President Nelson Mandela during his administration from 1994 to 1999. It included F.W. de Klerk as a deputy president, with Thabo Mbeki also serving in the role, and 10 ministers from the National Party and IFP. In this arrangement, cabinet representation was given to all parties, with the threshold being any party that won more than 20 seats. This approach was adopted to address the deep divisions and historical conflicts resulting from apartheid, ensuring a smoother transition of power and promoting reconciliation. The National Party, led by de Klerk, exited Mandela's GNU in 1996, feeling unable to significantly influence government decisions. Now, many are wondering whether there will be any opposition to this GNU. Not in the traditional sense, as opposition usually refers to the party that comes in second. In this scenario, the definition of an opposition party is a bit unclear. However, smaller parties can play a de facto opposition role to hold the GNU accountable. For example, if the threshold for inclusion is set at a minimum of 10 seats, then parties with fewer seats could act as opposition. Given that Ramaphosa mentioned reaching out to more parties, we can assume those with even fewer seats might still have cabinet roles. While this prospect might excite higher and middle-class South Africans, it doesn't seem to benefit those from the lower class. Nonetheless, major political parties are rejecting the idea. The DA has stated it will only agree to join the proposed GNU if the MK Party, the EFF, and the Patriotic Alliance are excluded. However, the party leader affirmed their commitment to negotiating with all parties that share their views on ensuring stability, growing the economy, and defending the Constitution. Despite this stance, the DA's emphasis on the Constitution appears hypocritical, considering their opposition to policies such as BEE, AA, and EE, which are integral to the Constitution. The EFF, on the other hand, has declared that it will not cooperate with parties that benefited from apartheid, such as the DA and FF+. The EFF emphasized that it is not desperate for government positions and will not go to great lengths to secure cabinet appointments or become speakers of parliament.
We are not going to form part of any government with the Democratic Alliance. We're not going to sit alongside the Democratic Alliance and Freedom Front Plus in government as the economic freedom fighters.
The party lamented that it is focused on including black people in the economy and refuses to join any unity with parties that reject redress policies. Several smaller opposition parties, including UDM, ACDP, ATM, BOZA, PAC, and UAT, have urgently requested a meeting with Chief Justice Raymond Zondo regarding the GNU proposal. These parties contend that the process cannot be dominated by one party that failed to secure a majority vote. They argue that the GNU should be a collaborative effort involving many stakeholders. In 1994, Mandela's ANC won with 63%, justifying its leadership of the GNU. However, with Ramaphosa's ANC only achieving 40%, these smaller parties believe they should not be leading the effort. Essentially, they want Justice Zondo to mediate in deciding the GNU's agenda. This request is problematic because Chief Justice Zondo's role is judicial and the GNU matter is political, falling outside his jurisdiction. Look, it is unclear whether any law authorizes the Chief Justice to convene political parties to discuss forming a GNU. Such involvement could be seen as improper, entangling the Chief Justice in current political dynamics. My thoughts on the GNU are mixed. I believe the ANC made this decision to avoid excluding the DA. However, this arrangement could also benefit the DA, as many of its members might secure key cabinet positions, possibly even the deputy president and deputy speaker roles. Nonetheless, it suggests one thing clearly: President Ramaphosa may not complete his second term.